Hey everyone. So I just wanted to explain how I hacked Wordle, how you can just always get the right answer on your first guess every time. And you can see here I did that today. So I got proxy first try. And I found this by accident. I wasn't expecting to do this. I was just looking to figure out how they architected Wordle a little bit, but ended up finding how to hack it. So as you can see, we're just about to meet the next day. So I will, today is now January 19th at midnight. So, and you just saw me for the last 30 seconds. There's no way that I've jumped on a different device to guess this word. So I'll refresh this page and then I will confirm that today's word is point. Ta-da! Genius. Except not really, because I just used some security breaches, I guess, in the game that allow you to just know what the answer is every day. So I'm going to do my best not to show spoilers for the next day so I don't ruin your next couple days if you're watching this video immediately. But if you're interested, you can look these up yourself once you know how to do it. So now that I've done it here, I'm going to open up a new browser because we all know it works on cookies and caching. So new browser, this doesn't know who I am. It doesn't know that I've guessed today's word already. So what I did when I was doing my investigation was just that I opened up the developer tools. So you can do that on a Mac with Command Option I. Firefox and Chrome are slightly different. Mac and Windows are slightly different. This is Firefox and a Mac. So that's Command Option I is usually how you do it for Firefox on a Mac. As you can see, the developer tools usually open up directly on the inspector. We don't really care about that right now. So my first thought when I was thinking about how it was architected was that usually when you submit a word, something has to happen for the game to know whether that word is the word that you just submitted is correct or not. And so that can be done in pretty much two ways. It can either send whatever word you submit across an API, across the network, to some server that Wordle owns somewhere. Then that server can check the word, and it can pop back with a response of, yes, the word's correct, no, the word's not correct, which letters are correct or not, all that kind of stuff. However, so that's the probably best way of designing Wordle. Maybe a little bit of overkill, especially since it's not like a monetized game or anything, there's no prizes. But if you're going to design this with prizes for real, you'd probably want to do it this way, specifically because you don't want to happen what I figured out, the hack that I figured out otherwise. So we'll check the network tab to see. So if I refresh this, you can actually see that there's some network stuff that goes through automatically. So this is, I believe, this is getting the actual code for the game. Some of these are getting some of the icons and stuff. You can actually see this is the little W icon, this is the bigger icon. Most of these we don't really care about. What we do care about is, does submitting a word create another network request? So we'll submit a word. It doesn't really matter what word. We just want to see if a network request is made. So I'll do share. And you can see there weren't any other network requests made. It's still just the same 6? 7. So it's just the same 7, which means that it's not sending your word to any server anywhere. The only other way to really check this word is in the browser itself. So the browser's code that it gets from Wordle's client-side server, it must have the answer in it. So if we go into the debugger, we can actually look at that file. Unfortunately for us, if we open up the main file, it's been minified. This is pretty common. It's basically shrinking all your variable names to as small as possible. It's making, reducing any white spaces, reducing any new lines, that kind of stuff. It just makes your overall code way smaller so that it's faster to load. The unfortunate thing is it makes it harder to read, but we can still do our best. So I know today's word is point. I also know yesterday's word is proxy. So let's look up proxy. Great, showed up right away. And there might be a couple other proxies, but here, this looks like it's a list of words, right? And there's not really a good reason to have this random list of words except that these are potential answers. So if I look at proxy, I can actually look 2 or 3 words back and notice yesterday's word was Shire, yesterday's word was now proxy, the day before's was Shire, before it was solar. So it just looks like it's going in order of the days. So it's basically taking your day, creating an index from your day, and then using that index in this randomized array. So this likely happened because the developers created an array, had it randomized, and then either how the build system compiled it, or depending a little bit on how they built it, it got pre-randomized in the compile stage, so that not only do we know that these are all the words, we know that this is the order that the words will come in. So if we look over one, I'm going to try not to show the next word. Well, too late. So if we look at proxy, that's how I knew today was point. Because I saw that yesterday's was proxy, today's is point, tomorrow will be robot, and continuing so forth. So that's how you hack Wordle. Not too complicated. It's just the developers of Wordle decided not to take it too seriously, decided to just keep everything browser side, make it simple. And that's why you don't hide passwords or access tokens or anything like that on client side, because your client can see all of that. So, yeah.